Peace be upon you all. We welcome you to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe to hear a new story every day and make sure to listen till the end. Thank you. My heart was pounding as I sat down on my bed with a bar of chocolate in one hand and my phone in the other. I had locked my bedroom door tightly and drawn the curtains over the windows to ensure no one would disturb me. I was ready for what I thought would be an exciting, once-in-a-lifetime experience. I stared at my phone screen with the same anticipation one feels before watching a blockbuster movie. The footage I was about to watch wasn't an ordinary video. I had secretly installed a high-quality camera earlier in the day in a room decorated for a wedding night. My brother's room. Yes, the bride in that video was my new sister-in-law. A few hours earlier, my brother had gotten married. The responsibility of decorating their room with flowers was given to me. During that task, I had set up the hidden camera. The idea had come from a friend of mine who worked as a wedding photographer. He had told me how at times he would sneak cameras into bridal rooms and later retrieve them to watch the private footage. I had dismissed it back then, telling him I'd never stoop to something so low. But when the opportunity came, when I was alone in that decorated room, the idea resurfaced, and this time I gave in. Now, as I stared at the screen, the image slowly became clear. My sister-in-law was sitting on the bed, looking nervous and constantly adjusting her hands as if trying to hide her anxiety. Watching her discomfort gave me a strange sense of control, a dark thrill I had never experienced before. The door to the room opened, and my brother walked in. He removed his wedding sherwani and tossed it on the sofa before sitting beside her. She kept her eyes lowered, shy and hesitant. I leaned in closer to my screen. My heart was racing. It felt like I was about to witness something forbidden, something intimate. He pulled out a small gift box, probably a wedding present, and handed it to her. She took it with trembling hands, hesitated, then slowly opened it. But as soon as she looked inside, something changed. Her face filled with panic. She immediately shut the box and held it tightly to her chest. At that moment, something shifted inside me. The thrill disappeared. What was I doing? I was invading someone's most private moment. I was betraying not only my brother's trust, but also basic human decency. A wave of guilt rushed over me, stronger than I had ever felt before. This wasn't entertainment. This was a crime. It didn't matter if no one ever found out. I knew, and that was enough to make me feel ashamed of myself. Without thinking any further, I deleted the footage. I removed the memory card from the camera and crushed it under my foot. Then I sat in silence, unable to look at myself in the mirror. My name is Ollie. I was the youngest and most pampered son in my family. I had one older brother and 3 sisters, all married. After my sisters were wed, only my mother, my brother, and I remained in the house. Life was peaceful. My brother had a good job and managed our household well. I was studying at the university and had a lot of friends, both boys and girls. When we sat together, the conversation often drifted toward love and relationships. I never had much to say. I mostly listened in silence, curious but reserved. One day, however, one of my friends, Ramiz, pulled me aside and whispered something that, "Touch her, nobody minds. So if I get to enjoy watching their wedding night, what's the harm?" I was stunned. I said, "Ramiz, you're hired to take their pictures, not to invade their privacy. This is seriously wrong." But he just laughed and said, "I even thought of showing you a few clips, but you turn out to be too righteous. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. Anyway, I only record the wedding night. I install the camera on the day of the wedding and quietly take it out after the reception. No one has a clue, and I get my fix. Our household finances aren't great," he added. "I'm studying and working at the same time. Mom has no plans to get me married anytime soon. So this is all I have to be happy." He said this shamelessly, clapping his hands and grinning like he was proud of it. I just stared at him. That whole day, even after I came back from university, I kept thinking about Ramiz. I used to think he was a simple, decent guy. He worked on photography in the evenings and studied during the day. I never seen him talk to girls, so I assumed he was a good person. But now I saw the devil he was hiding inside. After that, he kept insisting I join him in watching the videos, that it'd be more fun to watch together. But I never gave in. Then one day, he came back from a wedding gig and said, "This time, I hit the jackpot." I looked at him curiously, and he explained, all the beautiful girls from the bride's family stayed over at the house. I installed a camera in a bedroom, and even in a bathroom. I recorded not just the wedding night, but also videos of the girls changing clothes. They were so gorgeous. I saved all the videos and tons of pictures. Whenever I'm not filming a wedding, I can just watch these. Want to see them? I immediately refused. "No, man, I don't want to see anything. And you shouldn't either. Stop this. Don't spy on other people's daughters. That's someone's honor you're violating." He just laughed, didn't say a word, and walked away. After that, he never offered again. He realized I would never agree. For me, it was disgusting. I wanted to stop him, but I didn't push too hard because I didn't want to lose his friendship. Still, I stayed away from the topic after that. We had been studying together for a year by then, and I had understood that this wasn't a phase. This was who Ramiz truly was. He had chosen photography precisely because it gave him access to young, beautiful women. Under the guise of taking pictures, he touched them, got close to them. That was his favorite pastime. I didn't bring it up again. And so a year passed. Halfway through my studies, my mother fell ill. That's when she decided it was time for my elder brother to get married. But as soon as I heard that, I threw a fit. If Bai's getting married, then I want to get married too. I protested. Everything has to happen with him. Alma laughed and said, "All right, I'll get you married too. But let your Bobby come first. I can't manage everything alone. Once she's here, she'll help get your bride home too." Alma loved me dearly. When I told her I had fallen in love with a girl, she didn't object at all. She just said, "Let's get your elder brother married first. Then I'll find a match for you too." She started looking for a bride for my brother. My married sisters help a lot too. Within a few weeks, Alma selected Rizwana Bobby for him. When Bai found out, he said, "I'm not ready for marriage yet." I got upset and said, "So I'm just going to stay single forever because of you? You're almost 28. If you get married, I'll get my turn too." Alma explained to him lovingly, "You're at the right age, son. Get married so I can see happiness in this house too." But Bai was oddly resistant. It was as if he had no interest in marriage. He kept refusing Alma in vague words, but in the end, she argued with him and got her way. The engagement was fixed with Rizwana Bobby. Joy spread through the house. I helped my sisters with all the wedding prep. I also told Shet Sadi, the girl I loved, that I would only send a proposal for her once I got married. Shet Sadi was my maternal cousin, and I loved her deeply. But I hadn't told anyone at home about it. Not even Alma. I was waiting for the right time. There were 6 months between the engagement and the wedding. Those months flew by in excitement and celebration. All my sisters came home and said, "Make sure to arrange a really good photographer. We want perfect pictures for every event." The moment I heard that, Ramiz's image flashed before my eyes. I immediately scolded my sisters and said, "Don't you dare talk about hiring a photographer. I won't allow any outsider to take pictures of the women in our house. If you want photos, take them on your own phones." My older sisters were shocked by my sudden reaction. They didn't know what had gotten into me. I usually never spoke that way, and there were never any strict rules in our house about such things. But the way I said it this time left everyone staring at me in surprise. Then I explained to them, "Those men, those strangers, touch the women of our house, get close to them, take their pictures, and under the pretense of posing, who knows what else they do. I don't like any of it." After hearing me out, my sisters fell silent. We didn't arrange for any photographer. Even on the day of the wedding, Alma said, "Your brother doesn't seem happy at all. He's quiet, wandering around here and there." She then told me, decorate his room properly. The moment I heard that, I quickly placed an order for fresh flowers and spent hours decorating the room with my own hands. But for some reason, while I was arranging the flowers in his room, something stirred within me. Thoughts of Shahzadi started bothering me again. And then a strange idea crossed my mind. Bai is a quiet person, I thought. He's not overly excited about this wedding either. So how will his wedding night even go? Then another thought struck me. What if I watched his wedding night with my own eyes? The moment that idea came, I shook my head in disgust. No, what am I even thinking? But slowly, the devil in me began to take over. I convinced myself, there's no real harm in just watching. I'll delete it right after. I won't save the video. Won't watch it more than once. Everyone in the world does things like this. So what's the big deal? My heart created the justification, and I quietly installed the camera in my brother's room. The same camera he had once angrily given me. A little while later, the bride had arrived after the Rukhsati, and Bai, Pervez, had gone into his room. I returned to mine and sat down in front of the screen. The feed started coming in slowly. My brother gave Bobby a gift. It was a large box. Bobby looked visibly nervous. She took the box from his hands and opened it, but then immediately shut it again out of fear. Then Bai suddenly grabbed her dupatta and yanked it off, tossing it aside. He clutched her neck so violently that her condition started deteriorating. He squeezed her throat with such force that I felt the ground slip from beneath my feet. I couldn't believe my eyes. What was Bai doing? I kept watching silently for a few seconds, completely stunned. And then it hit me. If I don't intervene right now, Bai might actually kill his new bride tonight. With that thought, I sprang up and ran straight to his room. I started banging on the door with all my strength. My sisters rushed over. "What are you doing?" they asked. "Why are you disturbing them?" I shouted. "Get the door open. Bai's going to kill Bobby." Everyone panicked. My eldest sister started banging on the door, calling out to him. When he didn't respond, my youngest sister brought the spare key. We unlocked the door and rushed in. Bobby was gasping for air.